Greetings, everyone. So, today we are going to talk about the eighth experiment in the database management system laboratory in this video. So, this is titled as the creation of other DB projects, or I mean objects. So this is to understand how we create database objects inside our DB. So, an object is any defined object that is used to store or reference data. So we are going to use views, synonyms, sequences, and indexes. So there are certain tasks given. So we'll look on to the tasks. So the first task is to design a view that is present in a list of venues along with the cities. So this is the piece of code we are going to use to do that. So create or replace view. So it creates a view, or if such kind of view exists, it replaces the view. So this is the view name. Uh, this is a custom name. We can use any name also. So as select name city. So we are going to select the column of name and city in this view. I mean, we are going to select the name and city column from this venue table, and we are going to show it uh, here. So, and here we can see the output. So we'll go to the next. So the next task is to create a view that combines data from the user and events table to display the name of each user along with the event names. So like the previous one, we create or replace the view. This is the view name. As we select from user name uh, and event name from the user table, and we join it with the ticket table on user ID from the user table and user ID from the ticket table, and join it with the event table on event ID column from the ticket table and event ID column from the event table, and we show it here as you can see the username and the event name. So the third task is to build a view that shows a summary of the number of events. So we create or replace the view as we select from venue the name column name, the name column from the venue table. We count it as event count from venue table. We left join it with the event table on venue ID with the venue table, and group it with the name column uh, from the venue table. So this is the name column and the event count column. So all the data are fixed here. So we'll hop on to the next task to display the three oldest user from the user table. So we select the user or table, the user table. We order it in ascending order, the user ID in ascending order, and limit it to just three. So one, two, three. Only three are present here. So these are the uh, three oldest users from the user table. So we'll hop on to the fifth task. Okay, so the fifth task is to display the last five events from the table. So we, just like the previous task, we're gonna arrange it in descending order. So we'll select the event table. So in event table, we arrange the event ID in descending order and limit the data by five. So one, two, three, four, five. So five are present here. So these are the last. 5 events. We'll move on to the next task. So create a sequence that generates user IDs unique, starting from 1001 and incrementing by 1 for each new user added to the user table. Add 3 new records using the sequence. So we create the table user sequence. So we insert into user sequence some values of range 1000. So and here we update the user sequence setting ID. So this is to add 3 records using the sequence logic. So we last insert ID. So ID plus 1. So the incrementing part. And we insert into user table, user ID and name with values, last insert ID of user A. And we do the same 3 times. And the 3 new records are created. So the seventh task is to display the current value of the sequence. So we use this code, select user sequence. And here, this is the user sequence. Uh, Alter the sequence to increment by 10, add 3 records to the user table using the sequence. So here we update user sequence. We set the ID to last insert ID of ID plus 10. So we increment it by 10. So we insert it to user table, user ID and name with the values of last insert ID, user D. We repeat the same 2 to 3 times. So 3 new records are created. We'll hop on to the next task. Create an index on the user ID column of the users table and check the access table with the user ID to a clause. Okay. So we create index user ID on user table and we check access table performance plan here. So this is the output. So we're gonna move on to the next task. Create a synonym for the users table. So we're gonna create a synonym. So we create a view synonym users. So we select from user table and now we can see this. So all the queries were executed successfully. So there are no errors. So we're gonna end this. Thank you.